What's up, everybody? This is Chris Craddock, your real estate coach, and I am so excited to help you go from 0 to 7 figures. And today we're going to talk about how to look at a property. A couple of the figures that you need to understand before realizing whether a property is a good deal, a medium deal, or a bad deal. But until we get that, like, subscribe, and let me help you go from 0 to 7 figures. Get it? First question we always have to ask is, what am I buying this property for? You win when you buy. So you ask, what am I buying this property? And two is, and this is a question, anytime you buy anything of value, any asset, right? I don't care what it is, whether it's a watch, whether it's a house, right? Whatever it is what is my exit strategy? Well, I got an iWatch, so my exit strategy is probably the trash. But if you're buying a Rolex, you'd ask yourself, what is my exit strategy? But so you win when you buy. So your exit strategy is one of usually three things. One is a whole tail, right? If I buy now, I put it right back on the market. How much would I make for that? Number two is just a wholesale. If I were to sell this contract to somebody, could I make money on it? Or number three is fix and flip. If I were to take this property down, I were to fix it up, what could I sell this for? And then you ask yourself, am I buying at a discount? So let's see, a couple years ago, I had a friend of mine that came to me with a deal, a quote deal, and he said, Chris, I've got an amazing deal. We could buy this house for $300,000. It would sell on the market for $400,000. I said, great. And I said what I always say, tell me more. And he said, well, look at it. It only will cost about 40 grand in fix-ups. And I said immediately, I'm like, that's probably a dog. And he said, what? Well, there's $60,000. We just made $60,000. And I said, no, you're not looking through all of the numbers. So let's think about it. At the time, we would be paying closing costs when you buy, right? So if you're getting a loan at the time, it would have been a hard money. And at this point now, I'm usually paying cash for most of my properties that I buy, and then I'll refinance them later. But at the time, we were paying hard money, right? So hard money, you're paying a couple points on it. 300, that's a couple points is $6,000, right? Plus your recording costs, your taxes and recordation. So we're paying probably about 10 grand in closing costs, right? So boom, now we're at 310. Well, then you're paying builder's risk insurance. And I'll tell you what, you always pay builder's risk insurance. Don't short circuit it and think that you can pay renter's insurance because it's a lot cheaper. I'll tell you what, if you get caught doing that, you're not going to get insured. And if your house burns down while you're just fixing it up to flip, and they cancel your insurance because you got renter's insurance when you needed builder's risk insurance, you don't need it till you need it. So trust me, you do not want to save a couple $1,000 to get renter's insurance thinking that will work. So let's call it $2,000 for builder's risk insurance, right? So now we're at 312. Now we've got to pay our holding fees, right? You always want to say about 90 days minimum on a property like that. Well, we were paying 8 to 10% interest with the hard money, so let's call that about, let's just call it $12,000, right? So now we're at 324. Well, what about utilities? Well, utilities are going to cost us a couple $1,000 miscellaneous. It's going to cost us, well, utilities won't cost $1,000, but all the miscellaneous stuff. So now let's just say we're at 325 to 330. Let's be conservative and say 330. Well, now we need $40,000, right, to fix the property. We're now into it for $40,000, 330 plus 40, you're now at 370. Well, now when we're selling the property, one, we're going to have closing costs when we sell, so just taxes and recordation, about 1% of the purchase of the sale price, right? So now we're at 374, right, at 400,000. We need to pay a buyer's agent. In our market, we're paying 2.5%, so that's another 10 grand, so 384. And then if you pay at all your listing agent, or you are the listing agent, you pay your brokerage at all, regardless, you've got a $15,000 profit. $15,000 to put yourself on the risk for a 90-day project is not worth it. It's not a deal. It's a dog. I know I was a little bit conservative with my numbers, but even $20,000 or $25,000 to put yourself at that much risk over that period of time, it's just not what you want to do. You want to buy at a discount, right? You win when you buy. So you're looking at purchase price. You're looking at the 3 exit strategies. You're looking, and the big key is ARV, after repair value. You're looking at what will it cost you for closing costs, what will it cost you for holding costs, what will it cost you for insurance, what will it cost you for utilities, what will it cost you if you stage the place, what will it cost you for realtor fees on the outside, what will you cost it on closing costs on the outside, and then are you listing it yourself? Or somebody else listing it for you? So you're looking at all of those costs to get the true value of the property. Are you making money? And if you're only making a couple $1,000 over 90 days, 120 days, it's just not worth it. So you win when you buy at extreme discounts, and if you do that, that's how you make money in real estate. So I'll tell you what, follow for more instruction on how to make sure you're buying correctly, how to make sure you're holding correctly, how to make sure you're winning when it comes to real estate. Until then, subscribe, and go get it.